Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Cam Talks Rugby. So we're talking a little bit about the Springbok game on the weekend against Italy. And look, I'm going to give you some of my thoughts. I'm going to sum it up in one word: frustrating. One of the most frustrating games I've ever seen in the last 2 years as a Springbok fan. And I think, and in fact, in a number of years, I think South Africa was just, they didn't come to the game. They didn't really look like they wanted to play. And a lot of people will argue with me. That's fine, because South Africa is a very talented outfit. Okay, World Cup champions. South Africa are World Cup champions at the end of the day. 2 years, two times running. So at the end of the day, their talent is what got them over the line. The 42 points is because of a talented team like the Springboks. But they just didn't look like they wanted to play. They really didn't. I mean, Italy, all credit to them. Second half, they came out all guns blazing and they played really well. And the thing is, when you give a young team like Italy, because they are, I mean, Gonzalo Casada spoke in the press conference. I think there was 380 test caps in the whole 23 or in the whole squad. I mean, that is crazy from the usual squad, which is over 1,000 test caps, everybody together. There's a lot of experience that wasn't there for Italy. It wasn't Italy's best team at all. And they came and put 24 points on the Springboks, 4 tries or 3 tries. So, not the best performance from the Boks. I think they looked very frustrated, and you could see that. And fair play to Italy. They slowed South Africa's ball down. They slowed all the rucks down. I mean, Morne van den Berg, I think he played a good game. But Kurtley Orense was definitely my man of the match, in my own opinion. I mean, he saved an amazing try in the corner where Simone Jesi should have scored. 100% should have scored that try. I mean, he's been scoring tries like that the whole URC season. He should have scored that. And fair play to Kurtley Orense. He got there in the nick of time and saved one heck of a try. So, I mean, also he scored a fantastic try off the set piece. Really running through the whole Italian team from the halfway line, 50-meter try. I think Kurtley Orense was definitely the man of the match. I think when he touched the ball, it was very exciting. Very exciting. And I think Morne van den Berg did play well. I just didn't like the whole rhythm of the game. I think there was no rhythm to the game. And when you, Morne van den Berg probably knows a lot more than me. And so does the coaching staff and rugby players in general. But I mean, when you play scrum off, right, you in charge of the rhythm of a game, and there was no rhythm. Even though the Boks scored 28 points in the first half, there was no rhythm. There was no rhythm in the first half. I think Faf, when he came on off the bench, they just didn't do it either. And I mean, look, I think that, and it's not because they're bad players. They're insane players. Morne van den Berg played a hell of a game against the Barbarians. And we all know how Faf operates. So it was just a lackluster affair. I mean, it wasn't the best game from South Africa. And Italy really took their chances. I think if we go into the next week's game, I do see them making a change at 9. I do see Sasha coming in at 10. With all due respect to Pollard, Pollard didn't miss a kick, but also the ball wasn't going wide enough all the time. It was lackluster. I mean, there was no structure in the way the Boks were playing. They were frustrated. They were completely frustrated. And credit to Italy. Italy really stepped up to the table and took this opportunity with both hands. They played with 382 caps in the whole squad. I think that's the number that Gonzalo Casada said. They had 382 caps in the whole team. I don't know if that's in the 23 or if that's in the whole squad. Now, for them to step up in the way they did and put some really 24 points on the Springboks at Loftus. I mean, Springboks are going to be asking themselves some hectic questions there, especially on the defense side. Now, look, I mean, I also don't over-exaggerate. I think the Boks, you can have a slip-up. I mean, they slipped up, but they still scored 42 points. I think it's just that people expect so much from the Springboks. They expect so much from the Springboks because they're so clinical in the way they play. And there was just no, I don't even know if it's a word, but they weren't clinical in their play. The first half, I mean, they scored 4 tries, but yeah, that's amazing. But they could have scored a lot more in the first half. And in the second half as well, when the bomb squad came on, I mean, there was the fireworks, there was that hiss, there was that really, really cool excitement. But I mean, it's like it's just kind of like the game went to sleep, eh? And credit to Italy, they really, really stuck up. I like what Gonzalo Consada said which is the coach of Italy, by the way, in the press conference. Came out and said that the grenade squad. So he called his his bench of Italy the grenade squad, which was pretty cool. So I mean, look, it was a good game of rugby all in all. The Boks won't be too happy with that game at all. But fair play to Italy. I think they definitely stepped up to that, and credit to them. Really, they deserve it. I mean, they were a young team. A lot of the boys that actually played, a few of them I actually know personally from when I played in Italy. And to see how they played against heroes like two-time World Cup winners like Eben Etzebeth and Oxenchair and I mean the list goes on. I mean, they played really, really well in front of a packed out Loftus Stadium in Pretoria, which is not easy. So credit to Italy, they really, really stepped up. The whole rugby world had written them off before this game, and they really showed up to the table. So fantastic result for Italy, in my opinion. And South Africa, I think I've got a long video analysis ahead. I mean, and the thing is, like, I don't want to be negative about it, because I want to be positive about it, because it was 42 points against 24. It's still a good win. It's just who they played. And now South Africa they got time to fix it, because South Africa have 2 tests in New Zealand this year. And if they're going to play like how they played against Italy, I think New Zealand is going to thump them. And look, New Zealand also didn't look too great on the weekend, because they came and played a Luckiless de France team, a young French team that were just getting opportunities. So, I mean, look, it's a bit of a tough one, but you could see if you watch the press conference. I mean, Rassie doesn't look happy at all. You can see Jesse Creel didn't look happy as well. Pollard, when he got the penalty at the end of the game, he just kicked the ball out. It was like nothing went right for the Boks on that day. They themselves didn't expect this performance. So it was a bit of a difficult one, but I think there are some positives. Like I said, I think Kurtley Arendse was definitely my man of the match. A lot of respect to Morne van den Berg. He had a good game, but I just don't think that he was man of the match in my opinion. Quokka Smith made a huge difference when he came off the bench. I think so did Orkes Neyman. But I mean, even that bomb squad getting 20 meters pushed back by Italy in a mall. And if you go listen to the press conference again from Italy, the coach Gonzalo, he even said that they didn't practice mauls in the week. They didn't practice. It's not like he's going to come out here and claim that and say that was all me. No, they didn't even practice it. They didn't practice mauls in the week, because they knew South Africa would just dominate the mauls, and the players just took it upon themselves and did a maul and pushed South Africa back 20 meters and scored a try. If they can do that against the Boks, I mean, they can do that against any team in Europe. So credit to Italy there. I think Vincent Shituka played well. I think he had a solid game again. He played really, really well last week against Barbarians. Unlucky not to get that try that was disallowed, which was marginal. But I think the right decision was made in the end. But Vincent Shituka really, he had another good solid game. And I'm starting to like him as well. I do see a lot of changes being made. I don't know if Vincent will start against Italy in the next game. I do see a lot of players coming back. Rassie mentioned Grant Williams coming back as well at 9 with potentially Kobus. Sasha at 10. I do see Sasha coming back. I love Pollard. I really do. He didn't miss a kick this game, but it just didn't look like flowing rugby with him at 10. And I mean, there wasn't a good game from the Boks. I mean, if they're normally a lot more clinical than that. So I think they just dropped a bit of standard in this game. But look, I'd rather have that now than have that later. I'd rather have that now than when we go and play against New Zealand, when we go and play against Australia, Argentina, and then obviously the Northern Hemisphere tour at the end of the year. So where we're going to play Italy again. So with a lot stronger Italian team, by the way. Probably they'll have Capuozzo, Sebastian Negri, Brex, Juan Ignacio Brex in the centres. So they will have a lot more players that aren't there. Paolo Garbisi, so they'll have a good Tommaso Allen. There's a lot of players that weren't playing for Italy, guys. So it's a bit of a scary one because they did score two tries that were disallowed. Simone Jesse's try, which wasn't a try because Kurt Jorrens tackled him out, and Bertoccini's try at the end in the 80th minute. And you put 14 points on, you take away Jesse's try, which could have gone either way. Look, I'm not gonna say if my granny had balls, she'd be my uncle. I don't want to just say if something happened here, but that could have definitely turned the game around. You take away 7 points for the Boks and you put 14 points on for Italy. Italy could potentially win this game. They probably would win. And I think that's where Rassi really, I think that's what's going through his mind right now. That on another rub of the green, this could have been an Italy win. And that's sad. That's sad. That's a big shock. So, look, the Boks wanna sweep this one under the rug and move on. I think that's definitely the chat they're probably gonna have this week. But yeah, guys, thanks for jumping on. I do expect this Boks to put in a big performance against Italy. I really do. I don't think that. I think Rassi's gonna be pushing the boys this week. I don't think Rassi took that game lightly at all. But in all, it was a good game of rugby. 42 points on the board, 42-24. South Africa took that game, so it is a positive that South Africa won, but not where they want to be. So it is a bit of a lackluster start, but look, there are some positives to take out of it. I don't expect South Africa to people to worry about the game. I do see it getting better for the Boks, like they always are. The squad's there, the squad depth is there, and Rassi's one heck of a coach. So is Tony Brown. So is the coaching staff that they've got, Stick as well. So they've got a good environment there, and I think this game was a kind of a one-off game. But we're gonna have to see how they stand up against Italy. I do expect South Africa to put in a big shift against Italy. I don't see it being this close. I don't see it being as close as this game was. So we'll see how it goes, guys. But thanks for always tuning in, and I'll catch you soon.